Ross has to be the funniest rapper like in the game, right? At least top 3
absolutely.
for sure, right?
Absolutely.
What he's been saying about Drake is nuts, bro.
Bruh, I still don't know what they're beefing over. I thought it was the French Montana joint. French Montana came out and said it's not that. Then he goes on another platform and say, hey, nobody want to see you lose, homie. It's just that you... And now I'm confused. And then now... It looks like they still have beef because, of course, he got shots on Iceman. So I don't know what's going on. I just like the trolling by Ross. I think he's an elite troll. Dare I say the best troll in the game. I just think he's a funny ass dude, man. He's just hilarious, bro. And the way that he goes about certain things. What was that satire joint that I had sent y'all in the group chat? I forgot what it's called. It's with that white dude with the long hair and the mustache. He did an excellent job on that. When he goes on Breakfast Club and he talked about the girl that let me ask you something, does it squirt? I'm like, bro, come on, bro. It's not a real human being, bro. Yeah, like, he's hilarious, bro.
He did that to Angela
Yeah, he did that to Angela Yee, bro, and I was crying, bro. And then remember when Meek Mill was freestyling, he was dancing in the back with his shoulders, right? He's not a real person, bro. Ross is crazy, bro.
Rose been letting it rip. I truly believe that just their issues is just some if you know type vibe behind the scenes, bro. Bro, you gotta listen. You gotta really
see what
listen.
It is.
You gotta listen to when people say things, bro.
Oh no. So here's what I can kind of take from what Ross is saying. Boom, this is 2010, 2011. Drake is still trying to figure himself out. He shows up to Miami, and this is, pre-Wingstop Ross. I'm sure he had guys with him. And the way that he described Drake around artillery was interesting. The way that he described the code switching is interesting.
Wait, hold on. Wait. What, that first one, the way he described how he was around artillery. What you mean? I missed that one.
You remember how you was in Miami with them sticks, nigga? We had them sticks around you, nigga.
I never heard that one.
You go listen to the Champagne joint, the diss. That lets me know that he had either some Zoes or some real, you feel me? This is prime gunplay. This is gunplay who up on attacks, nigga. Like, this is back then, you know what I mean? So I'm sure this is early Drake. This is like Thank Me Later Drake going in to Take Care of Drake. He hasn't embraced that. I guess you want to call it mob boss, whatever he has going on ordeal now. So this is early on. So it looks like he was not impressionable, but I guess comfortable. I don't know, bro. That's what it looks like to me. And it was very telling that Gold Roses, I don't know if you heard Gold Roses by Ross and Drake.
I remember Gold Roses. I just don't remember how it sounds.
She got a thing for Chanel, whatever. I forgot how the beginning goes. You made me this way. Drake wasn't at that music video. That was very telling. I said, all right, maybe I'm tripping. But Lemon Pepper Freestyle goes, I believe, number 2 or number 3. And I said, oh, okay, that is straight. And then this just comes from left field. So it just looks like there was a miscommunication or just some behind-the-scenes joint. And I don't know why Ross doesn't come out and say, yo, I got an issue with And that's why I did because at certain points in times it looks like he's cloud chasing, and he doesn't need to cloud chase. Ross is one of them guys, bro. So maybe they figure it out, maybe they don't. I don't know.
I don't know if they gonna figure that, bro. When I listen to people talk, bro, I don't just listen to the things that they say.
What did you get from like what you've been hearing from Ross?
Bro, I've been getting that Ross has always been looking at Drake as a weenie, but because of how successful their work has been, all their collaborations has been, he just look at it more of like, all right, we're just gonna get the money, we're gonna get these hits, that's it. But aside from that, you are a weenie though.
I mean, who was Meek Mill signed to?
Ross.
You don't say.
I don't think it has anything to do with Meek.
I think it has something to do with it, at least a little bit.
I honestly don't even think it has anything to do with Meek. I just think that Ross has eyes You know what I mean? Bro, it's not a surprise that certain people or a certain group of people or a certain section of a demographic of people views Drake a certain way, and Drake has always been viewed that way. That's the thing. Like, a lot of people that hasn't been around don't know that people been looked at Drake as corny. They been looked at him like that.
That was tagged very early.
Yeah, super early. It's just the simple fact that he was dropping heat. And if people haven't noticed, when you drop heat, a lot of people will ignore a lot of stuff. Yeah. AKA R. Kelly, AKA Bill Cosby, AKA Diddy, AKA a lot of people. They will ignore a lot of stuff if you dropping heat. Once you stop dropping heat, then they just gonna get on your top. I don't know. I don't understand, like, how people don't even, like, understand that. So, and I just believe that Ross looks at it and it's like, you were a weenie, you were around us, you were for sure a weenie. Bruh, look back at those music videos, look back at those vlogs, all that. Just look back at all that and tell me Drake don't look like a fish out of water.
Bro, he's a Toronto man from Forest Hill.
Bruh, listen.
What would somebody from West Miramar who grew up in a gated community, what would they look like around that?
Yeah, and that's a fact. But here's the thing, though. It's a difference when that person gets around that, continues to be the weenie that they are, but then try to make it seem like they're not a weenie, and then do, for lack of better terms, fuckboy shit behind the scenes. So you're a weenie already. You have been elevated as said weenie, and your weeniness got over the top because you got into a certain position, and then now you're doing real flagrant stuff behind the scenes, but you're a weenie though.
Here's the thing about that. I watched a documentary on it, man. I forgot which YouTube page it was, but it gave a proper timeline into kind of the street background and the change that occurred. When Kendrick Lamar alluded to the Soho King issue where he got robbed at.
Yeah.
And shortly after he met Chubbs, I believe. And then Chubbs brought some other guys around. And then, years later, whatever gets into it with Top 5, so it's some guys that he had around after he got robbed. I think that was the switch. But yeah, I would look at it a particular way. But man, money bring out different things out of a person, bro. They always say that it just highlights who you really are. I just think all of that money at one point, especially getting it super young, bro, it could damn near give you a power trip, bro. And I'm 6'1", and I'm light skinned. I could probably fuck anybody I want to at that particular point in time. So I am gonna do it. Right? Not thinking that there's no repercussions, not thinking that people are gonna feel away, etc. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it could be an accumulation of all those things. I just miss the music that they made, because they made some heat, man. So it's unfortunate.